different kinds.
And you were able to see into the spirit world.
Yes, I was able to see the spirits not only in certain months, but actually throughout the years.
Demons.
Yeah.
You could sense their presence.
Yes.
And also you were able to see bad events happening before they occur.
Yes. Unfortunately, it's not a good event. It's always when I see okay, these things actually I seen it before, and then later on it happens, and it's all the bad events.
All the bad events.
Yes.
Okay. And at that time you were not in favor of Christianity, right?
Actually, I'm against Christianity, and I tell myself I never become a Christian. I even mock at Christians, mock at church.
Okay, and so you attended sometimes the church to mock at them, to make fun of them, and you also did something you should not do.
Yeah, not only me. Together, I still remember there is 3 other of my schoolmates. But the worst thing that I did is I went to the church, somewhere in Tanjung Katong. Right?
Okay, don't mention it. Don't mention it.
I went to the church. Yeah, I went to the church. Instead of putting money into so-called the offer bags, actually I took it out. And
you stole money from the offer.
I should say, I confess, I stole the money. Yeah, but forgive me.
Of course, you're not proud of it today.
No. And I create some songs, and until now, actually, I still remember, but I try to forget the songs that I walk at
Okay,
God.
let's forget those songs.
Yes.
No good. Okay. So now, and then came a time when you had a lot of problems, issues.
Yes.
Domestic, your career, and also your health, right?
Particularly my health.
Yeah. And of course, you sought your gods to help you, many gods to help you, right?
Yeah. I remember those days in the past, I sought all sort of gods. Sometimes you had to go in the night times, 11 plus to ask, and sometimes you had to go early in the mornings, and you go to many places, to get started out to ask for deliverance and helps and healing. But it don't work at all.
So
it don't work for me.
Yes. Okay, so finally your niece told you about Lighthouse.
Yes, my niece told me about Lighthouse, miracles.
So what was on your mind? You hated Christians.
I do not believe, my first impression is that when my niece tell me, I was thinking, what, I already so many God, they can't even help me. You tell me this God can help me, and you tell me this place called what, Lighthouse, evangelism. That was my thought, I'm being very sarcastic. I never believed in my heart. Yeah.
So, but you came anyway.
I came because I remember, I have no other choice, no more choice. And I think, why not just give a try now, if it works or not. But actually in my heart, I still think, no. But just to shut my knees, not to
Okay. So at that time, Valerie, what was your religious background at that time?
Buddhist as well.
Okay, so when he wanted to come to a Christian church, what was your thinking?
I accompany him to come, and I also encourage him to come because I feel comfortable to come to church.
Somehow, but you haven't believed yet at that time,
yes,
right?
I haven't believed yet. I don't know about God, and know nothing.
But you were comfortable about coming.
Yes.
Okay, so let's talk about your first major health issue. That is cervical
spondylosis. Yes.
Okay, could you tell the people what that is?
Okay, cervical spondylosis is actually I try my best because my English is no good and my term is not so good, but I try my best. It's actually a so-called a vertebrae problem behind. So mine is actually a C4, C5, C6 degenerations. So much so that actually between our bone, vertebrae, you got hard bone, and then in between you have this so-called soft bone. My soft bone, according to doctors, is totally gone. So left only the hard bone and hard bone, together. So to the doctor is that this is a very severe degeneration, especially in my C5, and no longer I'll be walking like this, right? This
So
one.
you could stand with your head up high.
It's painful, but I just have to live up because I'm quite an ego person at the time.
Oh, okay. It didn't look good to look down. So,
Yeah, I don't think I do.
But it was painful when
Very, very painful. And this pain, it was stretched from here all the ways to here to the elbows and all the ways, down to here to this three fingertips. Yeah, these 3 fingers.
Excruciating pain.
Yeah, my wife maybe can also share, with the pain that I have. Yeah.
Okay, Valerie, what did you see him do when he was in pain?
He cannot sleep at the night time because the pain is on and off coming, and no signal. It comes suddenly and have a long time the pain, and I need to massage for his hand for long hour.
Okay.
Yeah, to make his more comfortable and can concentrate on his work.
So at that time when you felt this pain, daily pain, right?
Yes.
When it came, it would come suddenly.
Yeah, suddenly you cannot, even worse, even if I'm still. And maybe I should, the degree of pain is that I wanted to jump down.
It was so painful you wanted to jump from your high-rise flat.
Yes, I
you saw him wanting to do that.
Yeah, and also that sometimes I forget. My wife yesterday actually there was once I asked to telling myself amputate my hand so that it don't get pain.
Oh, you were so desperate.
Yes, and because it's so painful, you cannot concentrate. I go to work, I cannot focus. At night, I cannot sleep.
Yeah. Okay, and you went to see a specialist, right?
Yes.
And what did he recommend?
I went to see quite in numbers. The specialist was telling me that SGS was telling me that I probably have to go for this so-called operations, right? But then he added the words: the operation is only 50% success, and I will be paralyzed. He thinks so.
So there's a possibility.
There's a possibility.
50%.
Yeah,
you might be paralyzed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of the C5 is very severe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And the other recommendation. This is the first one.
This is the first one. The other recommendation is that he asked me to go to this so-called go for this physiotherapist. So I did went for the physiotherapist. You put your head, tie something up there, and then you sleep and pull your neck up there. Even the rubber ropes. You turn here, turn there. A lot of. Oh, I tried it out.
Well, what was the effect?
It does not help me.
So you sought for other help as well, right?
Yeah. So later on, people tell me that somewhere in Ubi there are specialists. Early in the morning, 5+ go there and wait. Even my wife go there and wait to get a car. Yeah. So yes, that kind of medicine is good. However, it's just only a couple of hours. The pain come back again.
So you're going to line up for long hours.
Yes.
And you get the medication, which lasts for a few hours.
Yes.
And the effect gone.
Yeah, after a few hours, have to take again the medication.
So Valerie, it must have been a trying time for you, seeing him suffering, and also worrying whether or not you would jump secretly.
Yeah. Yes. That's why sometimes I cannot sleep at the night time. I have to take care about him, and then when the time I saw him very pain, I also.
I cannot do anything. You were helpless.
Yeah, I only can cry.
Okay. Yes. And so you tried every means, right? You even went to TCM.
Yes, TCM a lot of time. Sometimes at the midnight also because he's the last patient, and we have to keep chasing the appointment. Can squeeze it in or not?
Even at 11 p.m.
Yes, the last patient.
The last patient. You beg him, just please take him, the last one, and so forth.
Otherwise, he cannot work the next day.
Okay, did it help at all, this TCM, for this case? Because all this medication, in other cases, they help, okay? I'm talking about your case. It happened that it didn't help you.
I don't think it helps. But then at that point of time, there's no other choice. Even you give me a half an hour, no pain, I think that'll be good enough. So that's why I have to continue to go.
Right. Even a half an hour relief.
Yeah, I also tried the acupuncture somewhere. When people tell me be sure, I also will try. It all works as well.
Okay, so you did not try surgery, right?
No,
it was too risky. No matter how desperate you.
I'm a person. I would say that I'm a person. I'm afraid of death.
Okay.
Pass.
Okay, so when you came to the miracle service for a few times, no result, you stopped.
Yeah,
You stopped coming.
exactly.
Okay.
Because my niece was saying that can come here and try, but after I pray, I find that nothing happened.
Yes.
Immediately nothing happened. Go back also nothing happens. Still pain. So what are you talking about? You know what healing is there? That was my attitude.
Okay, then after some time you decided to come back to the miracle service again, right?
Yeah.
But this time there's a little difference because you have made up your mind on certain things, right?
Yes. I would say, to be very honest, because I spent quite a lot of money on all these treatments, specialists, 1, 2, 3, 4, spent a lot of money. It don't heal me at all. I mean, it don't cure me, right? The next is also that I got no others, as I say, so-called gods, I pray and pray, still cannot heal me. So I think maybe my niece was telling me, you have to be sincere, faithful, humble. So I think maybe, okay, plus my wife was saying that, I am not humble enough. So, okay, this time I tell myself, okay, let me come to this miracle service and see, whether it can really help me.
Okay, so you made up your mind to come back and also you make a pact with the Lord.
Yes, I came back and then I remember, I prayed the Saturday night's miracle service, and then I pray and I make a pact. God, you have to heal me. If you are really God, you are so-called God up there, you can heal. Heal me. Yeah, and you heal me, I would stand on the, I call it stage, I do not know it's called pulpit or what, pulpit. So I say, I will stand on the stage to do a testimony for you.
Okay,
yeah.
Which happens today.
Yes, yeah, praise the Lord.
So
Thank
you know
you,
that the end of the story already.
Thank you.
Okay.
Praise the Lord, thank you, Jesus.
But you also stopped all medication.
Yes.
You decided not to go for those treatments and line up.
Yeah, totally stop it.
Totally
Yeah.
stop, okay. And so your healing took place gradually, right?
Yes, progressive.
Was there a point in time you realized, hey, I'm not suffering pain anymore?
Actually, you see, I never realized, it's difficult for me to pin a date when is it, I can't. But it was actually sometimes last year, 2016, that, I start to realize, how come, I got many times, I'm so happy and I'm so relaxed, suddenly I start to go and review, oh yeah, I haven't got this pain for a long time. So therefore again, I want to be a bit kiasu, you call it, I tell God, if you think that you have healed me, right, I want to be a testimony and a life testimony, and I will go to stretch out to many people that you really heal me. Please completely heal me. Mm-hmm. And then again, from that onwards, I don't have any more pain.
Not the slightest. I mean,
no,
up to today.
I'm perfectly okay now. In Jesus' name, I say, thank you, Jesus.
You didn't go back for another MRI.
No.
I'm very curious, really.
No. I trust God. I believe. I myself, I know.
Praise
Even
God.
my wife know. Yeah, praise God. Thank you, Jesus.
Okay, that's one major problem. The next one is that you suffered for 7 years. This pain
From 2009.
about 7 years.
I think about 7 years. 2009.
Every day
August.
you had a pain, and now every day you're pain free.
Yeah.
Isn't
Yes.
it wonderful?
Oh, very wonderful, of course, miraculous healing. Wonderful. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Lord.
And the second major
Holy
problem,
Spirit.
which can also bring you death, is sleep apnea. You describe to people what sleep apnea is.
Okay, sleep apnea, the full name, the doctor tell me, is so-called obstructive sleep apnea. It is basically a blockage in your passage, in the air passage. So much so that when you sleep, once you cannot breathe. And what happened? You hear clocking sound here, clocking sound, and here you get choked. And if you are minor, you probably wake up. But then, in cases there are sleep apnea that can, lead to death in the sleep. Yeah.
So you were very afraid of bedtime, right? You try not to go to bed too early.
Yeah.
Because you were afraid that once you slept, you might not wake up ever again.
Yeah, to be frank, I'm the age of 54. I have not lived enough. I have a lot of things to do. As I mentioned just now, I'm afraid of death. So I'm really afraid that, what happened if I sleep halfway and I die?